candidates, it's about time to get paid. So, we're going to bring up some candidates. We have a big announcement, and I think is Saul Kaho'ohalahala here? Saul, come on up. You might as well tell everybody here what's going on in your life. All right, everybody, pay attention. Aloha, Saul.
Hi, aloha, Lance. How about a hand for Lance who can pronounce my name correctly? So, I want to thank Lance for bringing us all together tonight, and I wanted to share with you that it's been a while that I've served in public office. I've been at the council for 3 terms. I've been at the state legislature for 2 terms. I worked at the administration, and I think I'm prepared right now to consider running for the mayor's position. So I want to say that it's not something that's been taken lightly, and I want to say that this decision is being made with my family support. So my 4 daughters, my 3 granddaughters, and my wife said, we'll give you 1,000% to take this race on, because it's a family race. It's not just me, it's the family. So with that said, I want to say to all of you, I'm going to commit myself to be a part of this race, and I want to win because it's time for change, and I want to be a part of that change. So I ask you to join me. Mahalo.
Okay, you all know Kai. She's running for Upcountry County Council.
Aloha, everybody. I'm Paia. I'm going to be running for the Haiku, Makawao, and Paia district, representing all of you here in Paia. And this seat is going to be an open seat, and I really feel like it's time for a fresh change in the council. I'm part of a generation that's going to be living with the decisions that the council has made in the past and will continue to make. And I feel that it's time for us to have a seat at the table. So thank you. Please support me for County Council, Haiku, Makawao, and Paia. Aloha.
Aloha. As Lance said, you are in the 9th district, so I'm your representative. In fact, I grew up on Luna Lane, 3 houses up, and this used to be Charley's juice stand when I was growing up. Anyway, we've got 2 weeks left in the legislative session, but I'll tell you, I'm really looking forward to being home permanently. And I'm looking forward to running for this seat in September and in November. And I think I don't want to have, belabor this, I don't want to have a lot of speeches tonight. I think we're here to have fun. Welcome to the 9th District and enjoy the evening.
I'd like to introduce our great councilman from Wailuku, good friend, great Democrat, Mike Victorino.
Aloha, everyone. You know, it's so wonderful to see all of the Democrats together. You know, for many years we've had a Republican in Washington Place, and it's time we take Washington Place back. Enough is enough. You heard Neil earlier. I agree with him. We've got to make people more important than money. I'm facing the same problem at the council. Money is a problem, but we got to think of people first. And when you do that, you always come up with good solutions. Not every solution will work, but we got to think that way. So not to take up too much time, I want all the Democrats to know we need to work hard to make sure Neil and all of these Democrats take back Washington Place. Aloha.
So you all know, obviously, that it's going to be a governor's race this year. So we have one declared candidate. You saw him speak here earlier.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome our next governor, good friend of Maui Democratic Party.
Aloha. How about let's hear it for the mayor?
Thank you for having me. Aloha, everybody. Thank you for having me on Maui, and thank you for having me at Charley's. This is my kind of crowd right here, I can tell you that right now. All right. I just want to say a couple of things. I don't want to abuse your time, and I appreciate it. Thank you for doing that. But being up at Lahaina Luna tonight, and seeing all the great kids up there at the boarding school, I just want to say, the only reason that you could ever talk about trying to close Lahaina Luna is because we've lost our sense of values. And when you lose your sense of values, you lose your sense of priorities. And when you lose your priorities, you go to budgets and you go to numbers and you lose the human beings involved in it. And I can tell you one thing, with an Abercrombie administration, we're going to put Lahaina Luna at the center of it. We're going to put children at the center of it. We're going to put our values back in charge. And when our values come back in charge, our priorities will make themselves felt. And from there, we're going to bring Hawaii back the way it should be. Thank you. Mahalo, aloha.
So you all know, obviously, that there's going to be a governor's race this year. So we have one declared candidate. You saw him speak here earlier on. I just want to tell you a story about Neil. A good friend of mine, she's a social worker, and the recent cuts have cut Healthy Start completely out of the budget. Now, Healthy Start takes care of about 300 families, and these families are followed from childbirth on into to the graduate from school. And if you follow a family, you help that family through to the end, then on the outside you end up with a healthy family, happy children, and a sustainable world. So our governor ended Healthy Start. So I asked Neil if he would go talk to the families at Maui Social Family Services. He went up there, he spent an hour and a half talking to them. When he was done, he went off back to Oahu. The people called me up. I want to tell you this, just because this is from my heart. They were crying because finally someone was listening to them. So this is the kind of governor we need, someone that listens to you. And what you all need to do is start voting, getting your friends to vote, getting everyone you know to vote, because this is the most critical election we have facing us. We have a progressive governor versus a lieutenant governor that showed up at Kaho'ohalahala Harbor with 20 teabaggers and threw crap into the ocean. We don't need more litter bugs, we need a governor. So vote for a Democratic governor. Aloha. We have one more candidate. You know the Kuel Mart down there in Kuel, where you get your hot dogs, right? Where you get your juice. When you're done surfing, you go in and you tell Leona, hey, I had a great day. Well, we got Leona here.
I'm just going to say my campaign is word of mouth, so could we spread the word I'm running? But my friend is Kai, so we're running against each other. So whichever, if you want to do by height, she's taller and I'm shorter. Thank you.
Okay, that's a friendly race. Remember, we got Kai Nishike and we got Leona, all right? That's the friendly race. Anybody else want to talk? Okay, now I just want to say one more thing. I think we should furlough Linda Lingle and Duke Iona. Who wants to furlough Linda Lingle and Duke